Let me open google.com. Then after that, what I'll do, I will type here something. Oh, sorry, Google is already open. And I will type here, say that India versus Pakistan. You can see some drop downs are coming over here. These are dynamic drop downs. So if you want to click on like first one, second one, third one, fourth one, any one of them, so how you are going to click that? Suppose that right click and inspect in FirePath. So it's a dynamic kind of element. Fine. So dynamic elements are always handled by find elements. Dynamic elements are always handled by find elements. So my logic, what I will use the logic, say that my logic is that I will get the list of all the dynamic elements, and I will traverse the list, and basis on the if condition I will click on any of the list. Say that I want to click on third match, third this option, India versus Pakistan live. So how I am going to do that? Fine. So how I'm going to do that? Like, let me do it manually. What I'll do, first I will type something, then my list will come, then I will try to find out, oh, India versus Pakistan live. I have to click on this. So I will click on this, and after that my output will be coming in this format. Fine. So after that there is one task, more task, like count. You have to count these headings. You have to count these headings only, like how many headings are coming in this format, not this one. I'm asking about this one. So let me first do one thing, then after that we can explore more. So see what I have did. I have designed one class name is auto suggest. Class name is auto suggest. Line number 14 is like easy to understand, no problem. Line number 16, it is a comment. Line number 17, public static void main string args, and after that throw interrupt, because somehow I have used thread.select. So due to this, like I am using interrupt exception throws. Fine. And here, suppose that I want to use it in Firefox, so I have designed one Firefox driver, and you can see I am not like going to define system.set properties, but in your case you will have to design. I have already set the environmental variable in my system, so I don't need to define each and every time. I am skipping that line, but in your case you will have to define explicitly. Fine. So in line number 19, I am creating one new Firefox driver, and I am taking WebDriver type reference. So one thing I would like to explain here, just hold down the control key and try to click on WebDriver or open implementation. Fine. So it will give you some idea like what is WebDriver. So WebDriver is interface. It is like being implemented into event firing WebDriver, HTML unit driver, remote WebDriver. And remote WebDriver is like class that is extended to these classes like Chrome driver, Edge driver, Firefox driver, Internet Explorer driver, Opera driver, Phantom JS driver, and Safari driver. So you could see here like this will give you some idea like what is WebDriver, because in interview they will be asked very first question, what is the WebDriver. So WebDriver is an interface which has been implemented or implemented to remote WebDriver class, and remote WebDriver class is being extended to different classes which I am using. So new Firefox driver is a class where I am going to create one object. This will call as reference type of WebDriver, but object of new Firefox driver. Object of Firefox driver. So this statement would be written as reference type of WebDriver and object type of Firefox driver. Fine. So in line number 24, I am using driver.manage.timeouts.implicitly wait. Here I am using like timeouts, you can say implicitly weight I'm using to handle different weight conditions in our web element. In line number 27, I'm opening the URL, and once the URL is being opened, so I am getting that element in which I have to write something. So let me explain this how I am getting 1st.iv. So let me manually open the site. When you will right click on it and inspect in Firepath, you could see the web element is having the ID. So ID is here. ID is already there, that 1st-iv. So I am using here by ID. The locator which I am using is by ID, and via locator I am able to get the web element, and after that I am performing like send keys. So send keys will just type. Like you want to type something, say that hello. So this operation will be done by send keys. Send keys will only type. It will not click anywhere. Fine. Send keys is used to just type in the input box. So send keys is typing. So it will type like India versus Pakistan, and after that one drop down list will appear. That is the dynamic list. And after that I have put some wait condition, like I want to wait to appear the list for appearing the list. Then after that, what I am doing, I am using in line number 33. So on the basis of common pattern, I am getting the list and I am using the find elements. So you could see here, suppose that you have written something. So if you want to get any web element, so you have to just right click and inspect. So it will give you some kind of path, and suppose that if I am using like absolute XPath, and again if I am going to write something, so it will give me some dynamic elements, and again if I will inspect, it is going to give me path like that. So it is absolute path, and in absolute path you can see like some numberings are there. So I have like manually removed the numberings. Fine. Just I did only one thing, like I have removed the numbering from the last, because the numbering I don't require. I want to get the list of elements. So list of elements via find elements, I am storing it, and the storage name is like calling name is all items. So this is my element which is handling the dynamic list, and the list is coming by find elements. You can see over here I am using find elements. So this I am getting via inspecting, and I have removed like from last section I have removed the bracket part, because it will give me the common pattern, some common kind of pattern. Fine. Now in line number 35, what I did, in line number 35 I have printed the total size. That how many elements are visible there. Fine. So it will give you the like total size of elements which are going to visible for you. Now in line number 38, what I did, I just started one loop. Let me like put some spaces so that you can understand what is going to happen. So I have started my loop from 0, and like my loop will go up to like whatever the size of the element, it will like traverse one by one, and I plus plus, like after that completion of loop, it will increment my loop. Fine. In line number 40, I am getting the name of that element, and I am printing that name. So this is one idea, like I want to print the dynamic list. So how I am going to do that? So via dot get text. So all element dot get into I. So I values is there, and via get text I am getting the text, and I am storing it into the 10, and I am printing the 10. Fine. But my final desire was to click on any something text from the list. So this is based on my if condition. If I am using temp, so whatever the variable I am storing, temp dot equals ignore case. Equal ignore case, it means either it is capital or a small. Just try to match India versus Pakistan match. So if it is matching, so just use all items dot get I, and now this time I am performing the click operation. So this is the list of web elements, and it will be traversed on the basis of I. Fine, you can see, and after that I am breaking the loop. So break statement is used to breaking the loop. My for loop would be break, because if I have already clicked, so there is no mean for traversing loop for each and every time. Fine. So this is idea I have implemented, and I will show you whether it is going to work or not. So let me run it.
Hello.
Yes, who is this?
Can you explain the line number 33?
Yes, sure, I will. First, have a look whether it is going to work or not. Then after I will explain. See, browser has been opened.
Okay.
And it will wait for some time, and it will like match the element, and it will click. So let me come again. You are asking about line number 33. Fine. So let me explain this again. Line number 33. This is a manual open browser, and let me open India versus Pakistan. India versus Pakistan. Fine. So a list is coming, and I want to click on this one. Fine. So what I am doing, I am just right clicking here and inspecting Firepath. So it is going to give me some kind of dynamic list.
Okay.
Here I have to remove the common pattern. So first you have to go to unidentified list and list, because in the list I am using the third element to click on. Fine. So what I did, I removed this part, just only this thing, because it is unidentified list, and under that li item are coming. You have the concept of web elements a little bit, like how the elements are visible on the web pages. You can see there ul, and under ul li are coming, right? Can you see here on my screen? So under ul tag li items are there. So I just need to click on the third li item. So that's why I'm using that concept.
Okay.
You have to like some modify the script as well, like whatever the path you are getting, you have to just like go for like list item li. So li is very important part, so on the basis of that you can identify. Fine.
So why we are removing the index number 3?
Because I am using find elements, so find elements will like try to find multiple elements. If you will give only 3, so it will be specific to the particular element, but I'm using dynamic concept. Getting my point? I am using dynamic concept. So dynamic concept, like if I am removing 3, so it is going to give me dynamic. It will select multiples. Fine. So I will get the list because I am using find elements. So find elements returns the list.
But actually, Rajesh, here we select the index number 3, that is India versus Pakistan, line number 3, right?
so I have not like clicked on basis of index, right? There could be multiple. If you will look my logic, what I did, I have not clicked on the basis of index. I am just matching that if the text is India versus Pakistan match, then only click.
Mm-hmm.
But I am traversing the
Okay,
list on
okay,
the
okay.
basis of
So if okay. Oh, so it means if this string will come appear in the line number second, right?
yeah.
So then we will also remove the index number 2.
Yes.
Okay, fine.
We can have one more example for that. No problem. So let me clear. Like suppose that I am using here hello. Say sorry. Let me just type, not click. Suppose that I want to click on hello Google, right? Hello Google, right? Let me like right
Right.
click inspect. So what I am getting here, you can see UL tag is there, and under that LI, multiple LI are there, right? You can get it here.
Right.
So how you are going to use? So you have to remove this part, because when you will remove and hit enter button, you will get the entire list. Fine.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So I am getting the list.
Okay.
This time I will use this,
Okay.
and
So the entire.
yeah.
So we are actually we are selecting the entire list, right?
Yes. So that's why I am removing the big bracket. So big
Okay.
bracket I have removed. So this will give me the list, and here I am using find elements. You can see over here. So find elements is going to return you the
Okay. Fine.
multiple.
Fine.
So let me copy
Fine.
here.
One more question also. One more question also, Ravi.
Yes.
Actually, we have written that the web element in the same line, that is line number in the same line, that is 37 right now. So in the brackets, we are the list web element, right? Are you seeing in the 37 line number 37 starting? That is the
37, huh?
second starting
Yeah.
word.
So how it is coming,
Yes,
right?
list web element, right?
Yeah. Let me
Why,
remove
right?
this.
Why we are using web element?
Say. So via return type of find element, go to the mouse hover and go to the find elements. So what it is saying? You can
Okay,
list of web elements. It is saying now.
right,
You can see pop-up is
right.
coming. So it is saying list of web elements. I have manually like removed it, and when I will mouse hover and I will click here, it will automatically give you the type of variable. You don't need to worry about that. So it's a web element. Fine.
So it is the intent that we should have mentioned in the greater than.
Sorry, not getting you.
I'm saying it is a sentence that we should have to mention this in the greater than and lesser than symbol.
So it's a generic kind of implementation. By default, it is coming. So I am restricting this list will only contain the web elements. You can remove this. There is no problem. Fine. So it is also going to work, but it's a kind of, you can say, concept there is in Java that is generic. So I am restricting and guiding that this list will only contain the value type as web element. Fine. So whatever the values are coming, that will be stored here. And now this time I am not going to click on the basis of text. Fine. Let me remove this. This time I am not going
Fine.
to click on the basis of text. I am going to click on the basis of index. So I is equal to 3. This time I am using I equal to 3. It means index, on the basis of index I am going to perform click operation. So whatever the list would become, so on the basis of that I am going to perform, like on the basis of I is equal to 3, I am going to click. And let me run this code. I've just modified only few things, not the entire script. This web element list, and here I am removing this, and let me run. Oh, this time again it is coming. Means I have not modified my script over here. Here I have not modified, right? Let me modify here. Hello. Just see what is going to happen. So this time it is going to print. Well, just click on Hello Google. So it is taking the 0, 1, 2, 3. It means fourth element. Because what I use the logic, if I is equal to 3. So I is equal to 3, it means fourth element. Fine. I hope this is clear, right? Hello? I hope this is clear, right?
Yeah, Rajiv, go ahead.
Okay, fine. I'm proceeding further. Now, suppose that there is one scenario, there is one question like I am clicking here, I am writing here selenium, fine, and performing hit. It means enter button. I am writing here selenium and pressing hit enter button. So I am getting some kind of list over here, right? You can see over here, right? And now my question is that you have to print the text of that link which is in blue color only. This one, heading one, not this one. Fine. So via tag name it is very easy. Via tag name it is very easy, but you have to identify the common pattern. So I hope you are getting my task, what I want to do. If I right click on this and inspect in FirePath, so I have to identify the common pattern. So common pattern is S3 and A. You could see here. If just try to recognize that what are the common patterns present in different type of headings. So div is okay, S3 is okay, A is okay. And let me traverse, right click here, inspect in FirePath. Div is there, S3 is there, A is there. Fine. Right click, inspect. You could see here some common patterns are there. So I can take either H3A or I can take like other things. So let me do one thing, modify, generate absolute, or let me keep that H3 slash C. So it is not matching, and now if I am taking so it is going to give me 11 matching nodes. It is going to give me 11 matching nodes. So matching nodes are coming, and if I am taking only H3, you can see so you have to identify the common pattern. Fine. So let's try something. So this time 11 matching nodes are coming, and what I'll do, I will take this and I will use this for automating something. Let me copy this, not this one, auto suggest, right? So auto suggest is here. Copy, paste, auto suggest to. Fine. So what I will do, I will use here this time Chrome driver. Fine guys. And I will use your concept like Selenium. And Selenium, comma, keys dot enter. ENTR. I hope this is new concept. Let me first comment because it is not required, so I am removing this. First, let's try that whether this is working or not. Then I will proceed one by one. Browser launch, Google has been opened, Selenium and enter, right? So till here my code is working fine. Now what I want to do, I want to print the title of, or sorry, not like I want to print the text of these links. So these are dynamic. There is one concept, these are dynamic. So I already told you, like for dynamic elements, you will always have to use find elements. Whenever there is some question in the interview, like how you are going to handle the dynamic web elements. So dynamic web elements handling, the dynamic list concept is there, and that is handled by find element. Not dynamic IDs. I'm not talking about IDs. I'm talking about dynamic web elements. So web elements like will be handled by find element. So what I will do, I will try to find the common pattern. So already find, like I'm just using that concept over here. So driver dot find elements. What I'll use, driver dot find elements, and by is the name of class, and you can see, so by is the name of class and s is already there. So s is for static. S is for static. Fine. I'm just like trying to emphasize you like what is s. So s, if some thing is called s is present, so it means that is a static method. So these are static methods which you are using as locator. So static methods are used with the name of class. So by is a class in Java, sorry Selenium, and s, like these methods are static methods of the by class. I am using here xpath, and I am taking here /h3, and let me take A2. So this is going to give me the list, you know it. Your voice is not audible. Who is that? Who is that? I am not able to hear you. Who is that? Hello? So here I am using find elements and I am getting the list. So this will going to give me the list of web element. I think it is hanged. Just wait. Yeah. Now it is coming. Like you can see when I'm mouse hovering here, it is saying list of web element. So let me store it somewhere. Say that all links. I've given the name here all links. And here I'm getting the red symbol. When I will mouse hover, it will ask me to create one local variable type. So when I will click here, it will automatically generate the type. So basically find elements is going to return the list of web element. So list of web element is there. Now I want to print the size, like how many list I'm getting. So CSO, I'm using CShow. Control space, I'm using system.out.println. So via this reference variable, I will able to get lot of other methods. Via dot operator, you can have a look, like all the other methods are coming over here. Fine, add all, other methods contain, other methods are coming over here. So methods which belong to list you can have. So I'm using here size. So size will give you the total number counts, that how many elements are present. So let me first run this code and show you that what are the size coming. You could see here 11 is coming, right? If you will have a look, you can see total link size is 11 is coming. Now my second aim is that I want to print the list of total, like whatever the text present here. So for that I will have to use one for loop or advanced for loop. So I am using here for loop. For I is equal to 0, semicolon, condition is I should be less than my element size. So this is my variable, I am putting it here. So it should be less than my this size. Fine. So again I have to use semicolon and I will have to I plus plus. Fine. Now there is one system via which you can traverse the elements of list. So you will have to use like whatever the reference variable you have to create it. Just put your reference variable here. Fine. I am using for loop, so I am using here. Here it is asking me to create one local variable type. So I will put int. Now it is coming fine. Fine. I will use here like CSO. CSO is for printing. And let me first explain that then I will put it into system.out.println. So this is my reference variable. Fine. So you have to use a reference variable, then dot, then get method. So you can see get can access the element on the basis of index. So index, I have used I for index, so I will put it here IE. So one by one it will give you the type of web element. So it will traverse each and every web element of the list. And what you want to do, you want to print the get text. So get text will give you the text of that web element. So get text. Fine. And just you copy or cut it here and paste it into the system.out.println. Now let me run this code. You could see here all the elements is matching one by one and it is printing. So I will match one or two so that you will have a gist of that. So Selenium in bracket software Wikipedia. So it is matching, right? Second, like Selenium web browser automation. Selenium web browser automation. Third one is download Selenium. So download Selenium. So you can match that whether your result is going to give you the correct value or not. And let me modify one thing, like if I am using, this time I am using only H3. So H3 is also containing that not link values. So if some heading is there, so that is also coming. I saw something like that. Yeah, this was some kind of heading, but it was not a link. So it was also coming. So that's why I have removed. Fine. So that's why I have put here H. So A is for link. First go to S3 and A is for link. Fine. Now
Yeah,
what?
hi Rajiv.
Yes.
Can you explain again the last point, A or H3, which you now just now explained?
H3 is for heading. If you will right click na, inspect. You could see here. H3 is for heading. And if you will right click
It's
and
here
inspect
S3
this,
for heading.
yeah, right click and inspect this one. I am inspecting this one. So this is also coming H3, but I want to print the links.
Hmm.
So that's why I have put here in my script. After H3, go to the A. It means for link tags. I want to print the name of only link tags. Fine. If I will remove A now, so what will happen? It will also print like this text. Selenium related, search related to Selenium. But as of now, you can see in my result, it is not coming. Let's have a just, let me remove A. Fine. And if I am using only H3 and I am running this code.
Fine.
So this time you will see the difference because that is dynamic, right? So this time you are seeing now search related to Selenium is also coming. This is not a link, right? But it is also coming here. Hello?
Ah, yes, it's clear now. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. Now my question is that, now one more tricky question. My question is that if I want to click on each and every link, fine, this one, not all the, like this is also link, maybe other links are also present here, sign in, other links, settings, videos, all links are there, not all links. I want to click on these links. Just click on this link, get the driver title, sorry, window title, and after printing the Windows title, I want to click on back button. Again, next time I want to print on this one. First, I am explaining it manually how I want it to be. Then after that, I am going to same thing, do it via scripting. Fine. Again, I want to click on back button. So this via one by one, I want to traverse on each and every H3 link, and I want to print the title of the page, and after that I want to return. So this is my scenario and how I'm going to automate this scenario. Let's have a gist on that. See, this list is dynamic list, right? So this list is dynamic list. Each and every time, like you will have to get the list in the loop, because if you will use something like that, let me comment it. First, do it manually and try to do that. If I'm trying to perform the click operation on the basis of index, so it's not going to work. All link get, So get I is taken here, and after that I want to perform click because it is web element. So web element has a method like click. And suppose that in loop one by one you want to click and you want to perform like driver dot no that element on and back. Driver dot navigate dot back, right? Say that you are doing that and you are thinking like it will click and it will navigate and it will also print the title. So driver dot get title, sorry, I have to use driver dot get title. And I am going to print it, right? Driver dot get title. See, so one mistake I am doing here that you will come to know. So what I want to do on the basis of this list, I want to traverse each time that link I want to click, and again after printing the title I want to come to the back. So if I will come to back, so second time whether the loop is going to work or not, let's have a look. Till here it is working fine. Selenium is also coming. Total link present is 11. It is waiting for the page to be loaded. First time it has clicked on Selenium, again it will go to the back and then see what will happen. Then my script is failing, right? Why it is failing? Just have a look on the error. Stale element exception. It is also being asked in the interview. Very, very important question. Suppose that you are performing some kind of automation and due to page refresh functionality, your page has been refreshed. So how you are going to handle those kind of scenario? So again you have to create one dynamic list. Again you have to, second time it is not working, first time it is working fine, second time it is not working. It means when it is traversing second time in the loop, so at that time it is not able to recognize this, fine. So what I'll do, I will create one more dynamic element and this time I will use it inside the loop. First outside the loop to traverse, like how many times I have to traverse this loop. And second time I am creating one more web element. I am going to give the name as all, just any name. You can put any name, but this would be the dynamic. Each and every time it will have a dynamic web element. And now this time I will use this web element to be used. This element I have just used for getting the size, that's it, fine. So now there is no use of all links, so it will only help me in traversing the loop. And what I want to do, I am using here this variable, fine. So inside loop, when I am creating one dynamic list, that list reference I am using for the each and every time, fine. And my rest of the code is going to be work very fine. You can see over here. So inside the loop, let me remove this. Oh, I can also, no, not required, because let it comment, no problem. So now my this time goal is I will click each and every time on each and every link, and I will print the title of that web page, and after that I will navigate where, you know, driver.navigate.back. It will take you back to the page where you were earlier. So once you have clicked on this link, it will open the link in new page, and this will again like take you back to that page. Fine. So my design part has been complete. Hope you are getting the things, and don't confuse for this and this because it's a static which I have found when I have clicked on Selenium and hit enter. So same thing each and every time I will have to find because my page has been refreshed. So I'm using here same concept, but this element each and every time it is coming inside the loop. So via this element I am using my other things. Via this element each and every time I will use this element dot get I dot click. So each and every time it will click. You have to try to this scenario and try at home. You will find very good thing. Dynamic web elements handling is not very much complex, but it's need to be understand. You can see over here. My first, again it is has back, again second has been clicked, again back, and each and every time title of the web page is like going to be printed over here in the right side. It's loading, taking time. Grow 99 is taking time. Once it will be loaded, title will be printed. In interview, they are asking like how you will verify that your page has been loaded. So via driver.get title, you will print the title and you will come to know that your page has been loaded. You can see here, match the title, what is going to print over here. I just printed the title, that's it. So this page is going to be load and after that title will be printed. Just have a just look here. Some pages are fast, some pages are slow. Depends upon internet speed. So I think the code is working fine. You can try it at your home, no problem, guys. Let me minimize this, stop it. So I'm stopping here.
Yeah, Ravi.
Yes, who is this?
Uh, yeah, hi, Rajiv. I have a question.
Yes.